Yo, people, what's good? What's good? It's your boy Blunt here. Yes, we are back. Well, I am back. You know, unfortunately, as you can see, your boy Dolo today. Um, Working Pete couldn't make it, but I'm here to service you all. Let me get my sip of coffee. Oh, good. It's delicious. So, again, as you can see, I'm a little solo today. Pete couldn't make it today. And that threw a monkey wrench in a lot of things. I'm not sure. I didn't have too much planned. Actually, I didn't have anything planned, but I do have a couple of things I just want to talk to you about, and I didn't want to go another week without the show going on. So, what up, Paula? Thanks for joining. A couple of things are in order. First of all, we need to send out. Let me. Why am I looking so small here? Sorry about that. We need to send out a. Oh shoot! You know what? I'm all over the place, y'all. My bad. All right, let's do this here. We need to send a shout out to uh friend of the show, our brother, Alexander Kemp, big big Kemp. Of course, Rob got to get in the picture. I don't know why Rob got to be in the picture, but shout out to Rob too. But yeah, shout out to the brother Alexander Kemp on his ascension to the top. He's up there with the top brass now. Um, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, you guys please correct me if I got this wrong. That he is now uh, assistant VP, which is a fucking good look. But of course, like everything else in transit, it doesn't come without its controversies, right? There are um, things being said in background through the grapevine or whatever you about his sudden rise to ascension. And there are, of course, listen, when you're doing things right, there's going to be haters no matter what. But, I, I, I you know, people say they're going to say what they want to say. Me personally, was it too fast of a rise? So it might have been a little bit, a little bit quick on the draw, but I don't think that it's not deserving of Kemp. I kind of feel like the union needs to go in a new direction, and Kemp is that new direction. You know, whether or not he made it too fast, or because when that happens, people tend to say things like, he's kissing the ring, he's bending the knee, he's a plant. Listen, Alexander Kemp is a young unionist. He's very active in what he does, and he has passion for the members. Now, again, I'm not there in person to witness a lot of this stuff. I'm just getting off of social media and people that I know who know him, so it's kind of like word of mouth or hearsay. But I keep my eyes and ears to the streets, and I don't just get my source from one person. It's different people. Right, exactly. And that's the point I'm getting at. That you know whether however he made it to his position, he's there now. Now, Kemp has been actively calling out the union for his mishaps and trying to better the memberships, right? So now he's in a position to do something. So let's just praise him. And I'm not saying like worship him, just give him his flowers, right? And let's, just like with Rob. Rob was a necessary uh addition to the position, So let's give them their flowers for making it that far. And now we, as a union, we just have to keep their feet to the fire and keep them honest. The things that got them to that position is what they're going to need to keep doing, which I think I think Alexandra Kemp is very capable of, and I feel a little bit better about the position of the union right now. Um, all that's need to do is to cut off those loose ends. Get away from the old stuff and the old people that kind of it's kind of holding us down. So excuse me. So listen, everybody out there that's watching, all two of you, you know, send you send your hearts out or thumbs up for Alexander Kemp. Let's give him his flowers. Congratulations on your ascension, and don't get too comfortable because we will hold your feet to the fire. And I'm pretty sure he's going to welcome that. Let's see. We got some comments coming in. Yes, exactly, Paula. Union is moving in the right direction. You got right. I mean, think about it, right? You got let's hold on, Jay. I'm gonna put your comment up in a second, Jay. But let's think about this, right? We were fighting for a while against the crap that the union was putting us through, right? And one of the members that were fighting hard was what Nas, was what Kemp, was uh what's the guy from Mab Stower? I'm sorry, I'm forgetting. I'm forgetting his name. Um, Enrique, the other guy, Danny Cruz. Uh, um, did I say Kemp? Right, I said Kemp. Um, Kemp. What's Kemp's partner? Not Kemp's partner. Oh man, I know him. The other Spanish guy besides Rob. He's already in office now too. So most of the people who were fighting for change are now in the union and in a position to fight to do things better. So that's why I kind of feel like the union is in a better place. Now, again, if you have any misgivings of any one of them, because nobody's perfect and everybody has enemies, even I have enemies or people that just don't like me for whatever reason. Gary, thank you, Paula. Gary. So all those people are now in a position to do something, which I feel that the union is in a better place right now. You know, and you no longer have to keep blaming. Even Trammell, you know he's in a spot now to do something instead of just doing the YouTubes. Now he can do something. Although there's a lot of controversy that follows Trammell, because people just when the hate is just so thick, it is what it is. A lot of people feel like he's so. I'm not even going to go into that guy, but I wish all of them the best of luck. I feel like the union is in a very very good place. Um, if, as long as they can get around um, the upper management trying to hold them down or hold their positions where they can't actually get their work done. So we just as a membership give them their flowers, but keep their feet to the fire. Don't let them up because this is what we wanted. This is what they wanted. Now that they're in the position, it's time to show and prove. Now you guys could text in the chat right now because I would like an update. We're in February, the end of February, which is a short month, and Rob's been in office for over a month, and from what I'm hearing, the atmosphere is changing in Gleason for the better. The culture is changing in Gleason for the better. You have not only just Rob's ascension to the position, but you have the women's group that's doing their thing in Gleason. Yeah, I'm telling y'all, I got my ear to the streets, y'all. You got Beverly, Cherry, um, oh, what's her name? Janelle. I'm getting the name wrong, but the if you guys could type in the names of the people who are involved in the women's group, Kathy, um, they are doing a thing. They're trying to make it make the depot the way it used to be when I was there, because it was like family back then. I mean, they're basically your family away from your family because you spend so much time there. And so they're doing things to make it pleasant to come to work. So please, man, support them in all their endeavors. They just had some kind of function. It escapes me. It was a Valentine's Day, I believe, was the last function they had. More coffee. 1 second, please. Oh, God. Oh, God. So, yeah. So, and I'm hearing good things about the depot. And hopefully that could spread throughout the other depots and transit wide. And we get the union back to being the strong union that it used to be. Right. So, again, shout out to Alexander Kemp. I gave you a whole 13 minutes, my brother. Not that you need it from me, but it is. Appreciate you, and I hope you do well. Jay says he was the one that was saying retirees' benefits are good, so he will do whatever the union tells him to do. He will be like JP. Okay, that's a fair point. That's a fair point, Jay. Um, Speaking of retirees, what happened to them? If you guys don't know what Jay's talking about, just to fill you guys in. Wait, let me keep it up so we know what we're talking about here, Jay. So, for those who's watching and don't know what Jay's talking about, who um the retirees benefits were good. So what happened was TWU Local 100, the union leadership found it upon themselves to renegotiate the retirees contract, which is actually against the law, but they're in court right now fighting them. And what they did was they took them off of traditional Medicare and put them onto Medicare Advantage. Let me repeat that. They took them off of traditional Medicare, where they had traditional Medicare, and traditional Medicare pays 80%, and the 20% is supposed to come out of pocket, but it was already negotiated between Tucson and them that the 20% will be paid for by the MTA. So they basically have full coverage healthcare. And so TWU local and the MTA was always going after that. They didn't like that, but they was always going after that. And so once that contract was settled, the next contract they did was from that contract on. They was going after it. They didn't like that. So the local finally gave in, took that away from them, and put them on a Medicare Advantage. So they're going around saying that it's the best thing since sliced bread. Um, you know, one of the stipulations in the contract is that they cannot have any kind of diminishment. From here on, then from that point on, any kind of changes has to equal or better. You can't have any diminishment in their medical coverage. And so they telling them that this Medicare Advantage is not a diminishment. But the problem is they're having all sorts of issues now. A lot of people are being delayed services, which is a diminishment in itself. A lot of people are being denied services, which is a diminishment in itself. A lot of people's prescription coverage has gone up. So say it with me, y'all. Diminishment. So they are having three-pronged diminishments all over the place. Not to mention a lot of doctors and hospitals are no longer taking Medicare Advantage because they don't want to deal with them. But you had the former, sorry, the former president of the union giving Shopgate saying that you could get Medicare Advantage in any of the states, even in Puerto Rico. We know that's a blatant lie. It's not in Puerto Rico. It's hard to find them anywhere. And it is people who we had people on the show who called and said, listen, this Medicare Advantage is crap. You know, my doctor in my town, living in Pennsylvania, in my town, doesn't take it. The next closest doctor that takes it to me is 60 miles out. How is that not a diminishment? So they're fighting right now. They are in court right now because they just want the option back. They want the option put back on the table. They should have never taken away from them. And because there are a lot of people who are experiencing terrible things. We have testimonies and stuff like that. In fact, TW 100R is the group that I'm talking about. The the group. It's the organization now that I'm talking about because they're now a nonprofit and they're fighting the MCA and the union in court. We're heading down to Florida to talk to the retirees down there and see what's happening down there to see what their stories are like. Because this thing is happening, we know it's happening everywhere. But we was invited to go down to Florida, so that's what we're going to do. So I'll be going down with them coming this Friday. Um, so yeah, Alexander Kemp. All right, if you have to understand too. Also, now I'm not. He doesn't need me to stick up for him, but from what I'm hearing, and again, this is just listen to what I'm saying. From what I'm hearing, um, a lot of them would hoodwink on the board. They were given a PowerPoint presentation, which only highlighted all the good stuff. And and I can't just put it on him because I too was pushing that contract like it was a good thing, but my focus was on the 88. I wasn't really worried about anything else about the contract, and they kind of snuck that in through the back door on me. So I was pushing that contract, so I would be at fault just like Kemp too for pushing that contract. But let's listen. That's what's done. If that's the way you feel about Kemp, everybody who's watching, you see the comment. If this is the way you feel about Kemp, it's really nothing you could do right now except hold his feet to the fire. He's in office. Give him the shot. Let's see what he can do if he steps up to the plate. Can he handle position? Can he handle the heat? Is he going to come with the same fire? Will he learn from this mistake? Right? Because he knows that's a mistake. You know, will he learn from this mistake? We're going to have to hold him accountable, right? We know that he may be susceptible. I wouldn't go as far as, you know, and you might have a valid point about JP. It's kind of hard for me to talk about JP. I hear a lot of the stuff that he's done, and I don't like it. But one thing about JP that I know, am I too close to the fucking mic? Let me move that back. So, one thing I know about JP is that you could call him, you could talk to him, and he seems very reasonable when you do talk to him. And as long as you're on top of him, he's going to get something done. Thank you, Wilfred. Sometimes it's just, you can't, sometimes it's things that he just cannot do. And you can't be angry at him for that. Not everything could get done. Sometimes it's a give and take situation. And certain things got to get sacrificed in order for other things to get done. So mm, JP may have a bad reputation amongst a lot of the members, but the fact is he keeps getting elected. Why is that? You could say rigging. You could say, um, they're not sending out the ballots. Not everybody's voting. Not everybody. With everything that's going on, he's still getting elected. So that means that there's still people out there, the majority of people, because you can't count the people that's not voted. They have no say. You didn't vote, you have no say. So the majority of people that voted for him. So he's doing something right at some point. And not to take anything away from JP, he's very knowledgeable about the politics of it, not just the union bylaws and rules. He's very knowledgeable of the politics. In politics, you have to move a certain way. You have to say certain things. And JP is very careful about what he says. I remember when we had him on the show, he was very careful about what he said and what he answered because that's how politicians run. It's no different than a general election for politics where You asked them a question, they gave you 20 different word salads, and they never really answered the freaking question. So he's kind of got that down to a science. But me personally, I like JP. I think he does a good job, and hopefully, now that the election is over, he will stand up to his part. Please, somebody show this to him. Show this part right now to him. 22 minutes in. Hopefully, JP will stand up to his promise to looking into the retirees' benefits now that the elections are over. We spoke on the phone, Jay. You know what you told me. I'm not going to put it out there, but I think I just did. But it's time to step up. The elections are over, and we could use your help. So, JP, do what's right. Okay. So, thanks, Jay. I appreciate that comment, Jay. I hope I can ease your mind about Kemp, because Kemp is really is a good guy. He made, I don't know, again, like I said, that the controversy follows Kemp, and it follows Tramel every fucking where they go. So his ascension to the top may seem fishy, but he's there now. So let's hold his feet to the fire. And just like JP, Kemp, I know you're probably gonna watch. You're gonna have somebody watch for you, whatever. That move with the retirees was that's gonna haunt you. The only way you gotta fix that is by fixing it, addressing the issue. So you know, you have my number. You're welcome to come to any of the meetings. You don't have to speak. Just come to the meetings. Again, like I even Rob too. You guys are in a position to help. Rob, Kemp, Gary, you guys can all come to the meeting, just sit down, listen to what's going on. Do not wait for shit to happen to you in order to get involved. You have an opportunity now to step in before anything goes wrong on your guys' behalf or your family's behalf. You know what I mean? All right, let's go to some more comments. Here we got Unio, what's good, Unio? A system that only allows you to run for 3 terms in any given title in the union would benefit many members and infuse the union with more people like Alexander Kemp. Right. So you talk about term limits, right? Yeah, I agree. I think term limits is a good thing, right? But again, like I said, Kemp has controversy. Listen, Kemp, Rob, Nas. The only one I don't really hear much about, I do hear very, very little is Gary. All these people, and uh, uh, you know, all these people have controversy just following them. It's you can't. The thing is, you can't please everybody. You just have to do the right thing and just keep it pushing. You know. Yes, Lord, definitely him and JP. So I mean, we got a lot of Kemp fans. My boy Kemp and Gary will always have my vote. So G White, Big G D, G die, G die, G die, G. I'm just gonna call you G, bro. Um, Give us a little background on why they always got your vote. I mean, I already know, but I just want you to put it out there. Why do they have your vote so positively? Look, another one. Let me show you guys another guy. This guy right here, Damien. Damien, what's your position? Put it up there for me, because I forgot, my brother. I'm sorry, I don't take my ginkgo bobo today. Damien's another union activist. Him and um Enrique. I don't know. Is Enrique still on the job? I heard he got terminated for something. Danny Cruz. Let's put Enrique on the shelf for now, 'cause I'm not sure if he's still on the job. But Damien L and Danny Cruz. These guys are very good union activists. You know what I mean? So if they ever get into a chance to get a position, you got to vote them in. The only way this union is going to change is if you vote in the people that care. And hopefully when they get in there, they don't do no switcheroony shit, you know? But we just have to hold thank you, shop steward. Damien's a shop steward, so see? Get them in office. If they decide to run, because they're doing a lot of this, a lot of the stuff that they're doing on their own time. You know, uh, Rob's been doing what he was doing for years without the title, helping people. Nas was doing helping people without the title for a while. I don't know Nas that long, but Nas was helping people without the title, right? Um, who else I was talking about? Nas, Kemp was out there. Kemp made the newspaper because when the curtains came out, Kemp made the newspapers during the pandemic because he was doing something. He didn't have a title; he was a regular bus operator. But he made so much noise that it made the news, and it was to benefit the union. So, you know, yeah, the controversy follows them, and people make mistakes. So I said before with Kemp, the mistake you made. The only way you could change that, the only way you could stop that from haunting you now, is to fix it. At least put the effort in to right your wrong. Okay, so G says, pretty much I had a situation. They always told me the truth, whether I liked it or not, but always represented me 100%. Now, G, that statement brings up another thing that I have to talk about. Oh, coffee. Guys, you see the statement? Pretty much I had a situation. That is so indicative on how people rate their union representatives. They wait till they have a situation, and if they fix it, they like them. If they can't fix it for whatever reason, they're the worst union reps in the world, and now there's a whole brigade of trash that's going their way. I understand we are human, we have feelings, right? But we have to be logical about sometimes these things. But that's a perfectly good statement to make, you know, that he says they told him the truth, whether he liked it or not, but they represented him 100%. That is a union rep. That's somebody who's there for you. And that's what made Gibson one of the best reps that we had because Gibson didn't have much enemies, but there were people that couldn't stand him. And it was people, very few, but it was people that he couldn't stand. But he represented them just as hard as anybody else. So that's always a good thing. So thanks, G. I appreciate the comment, man. Lloyd says exactly. Unionism is in your heart. Nothing else works. It has to be. You have to be for the people. You have to be for the members. You know, and that's the only way this going to work because there's a lot of bullshit that comes along with the job that you don't see until you get on the job. So you have to be passionate about it, and these brothers are all passionate. So let's give them a warm welcome, Teresa St. Louis, Tessa. My bad, I said Teresa. My bad, bro. Tessa. I'm sorry, I can't really see your picture, so I'm just gonna go with that. The union is too personal. The members vote for who they like, not for who can properly represent them. Thank you, Tessa. That is a very fucking good point. It's not about populism. It's about who can do the job the best. And these guys have all proven that they can do the job, right? I think that's the main reason why JP keeps winning. Because when it comes to his position, nobody really trusts anybody else besides him. He's been doing it for so long, he has it down to a science. So it's going to take a lot of work to oust him, you know, or him stepping down for somebody else to fill his shoes. So, yeah, we have to. I mean, maybe there's some kind of a meeting or something we could go to try to get people from doing that. That's the problem we have. It's a popular thing. And I think that's kind of like with the general election also, because there's no reason. Let me not go there. But thanks, Tessa. Tessa. You're confusing me, bro. AV. Aaron, what up, Aaron? Damien says Gibson was that guy. Unfortunately, I didn't have more time to work with him. Yeah, yeah. Gibson was the man. Honestly, you know, yes. Let me tell you something. If Gibson was still around, God bless his soul, I'll probably be working right now, back on the job. We had a conversation, and Gibson took a lot of pressure off my shoulders just by talking to me. You know, we had a good conversation, and I remember him telling me, "When you're ready, you come back. We'll find something for you. Don't worry. Take your time." You know, I was worried when I had my accident. Like, man, I only got a year or two, and they're gonna let me go. Even though after the first year, Transit let me go already. Gibson spoke to me. He's like, "Don't worry about it. We had people come back after 6 years. They still retain everything that they left with, seniority and everything, pay rate and all that, and we'll find something for you." Because when I spoke to him, I was still in a wheelchair, and I was depressed. Like, there's no way I could come back. I mean, I didn't make it back, but partially, because he passed away. So I'm pretty sure he would have kept his word. But yeah, G says Gibson represented me when I was on probation, as if I had 10 years on the job. Kemp and Gary gives those vibes. Also, Rob, he used to give everyone advice while being a driver, and hopefully the future for the depot looks bright. See, guys, see that's a receipt right there. I tell you, these guys were working without the title, so they deserve the title, in my opinion. Appreciate it, G. Gary Kemp, and Jamil, in my opinion, are great soldiers. I would go in combat with them any day. Mhm. Gary Kemp, and yeah, okay, appreciate that. Jesus, Tessa, he agrees with you. So listen, guys. Yeah, I think the depot's actually going. What up? What up, Big Supreme? I think the depot's actually going in the right direction. Um, Yo, listen, don't be afraid. All these guys are approachable, right? They're all approachable. So don't be afraid if you have questions, or even if you have something that you disagree with them on, to approach them. Approach them. Call them. Most of you guys are in the WhatsApp group. Most of you guys, some of you guys are on his Rob's channel. Um, yeah, don't be afraid to approach him, man. They're all approachable. Mm. One thing about Rob is Rob can be a hothead, and we told him that many times. Rob can be a hothead, and sometimes it just he just project vile project vomits that vileness out his mouth when he's angry. But when you sit down and you talk to him, he's very understanding, and he knows how to reverse himself, and he knows how to act accordingly after that. But sometimes he just has to stick his bangs in. But he's learning he's learning how to deal with that. So when you see that snake start to come out, let him know. Put him in his place. Let him know. You know. Speaking of uh, um speaking of Rob has some things that he put out. Because I think it's important to talk about. Now, this may pertain only to Gleason, but it's actually um, system wide. This is things that you should be doing. But one of the things that he put out was this securing your bus. You guys have to. It's obviously it's a problem going on where if he has to put this out and on the page, you guys have to secure the bus. And the reason why is because he got some reports in. From this right now is just Gleason. So, but again, it could be system wide. It could it be system wide? But this is basically just Gleason. So as you can see, G Gleason Depot did not have a good January, guys. What's going on, y'all? The accident reports is out, and from January there were 38 collisions in 2024. That went up to 42 collisions. So we did worse than we did last year. This year. Now it says accident details for January 25. Top accidents happened on the 63, the 35, and the 16. Top accident locations: Church Avenue and McDonald, Atlantic Avenue. Top bus point of impact: the front left, front right, and right rear. What does that tell you? The front left, the front right, and the front rear. What does that tell you? You guys are not leaning into your mirrors. That and you're moving too fast on these turns. Didn't they tell you in Zariga to scan your mirrors, brush your teeth, lean into it, lean into it? It's very important to lean into all your mirrors, your two side mirrors. You have to, I don't know how much you can lean out with the barrier, but you have to lean to make sure you cover those blind spots. And then go slow when making the turns. You never know if somebody's on their phone not paying attention. You know, you could be running over that person. So, guys, slow it down. Lean into your, go back to your basic training. Lean into those mirrors. This is top action and heading. The bus moving straight. Bus overtaking vehicles on the right. And no bus stops involved. Hold on a second. Hold on one second. No bus stops involved. So these are while you're traveling. I don't understand how you can have an accident when your bus is moving straight, unless somebody hits you. Other than that, you don't need to be driving if you have an accident going straight. I'm sorry. Top days and hours are Thursday, Friday between 9 and 3. That's interesting. Look, the bottom line is, guys, you have to slow it down, man. You have to slow it down. Where's the So check it out. It says these stats are indicating that the bus operators that are having these collisions are between 5 and 15 years on the job. Come on, y'all. What are y'all doing? What is going on here? 5 and 15 years on the job. You're basically a rookie and you're basically seasoned. Well, you passed the rookie years. Out my bad. You passed your rookie years, so you have 5 years on the job. 15, no reason. Accidents happen, but a lot of these, I'm guessing that they're avoidable accidents. You know, so he goes on to say all bus operators need to be vigilant while operating the bus. Please assist in getting the word out to all bus operators that safety and accident prevention should be everyone's primary concern while operating the bus. That's that should go without saying. Safety first, right? Safety first. Guys, let's just go back to basics. When you go into work tomorrow, you know, remember this. Scan your mirrors, or uh dispatcher Ski told me when he was training me, brush your teeth. Brush your teeth. He said, how you brush your teeth? Uh, that's where he was. I don't know. It was corny, but hey, it was different. But he used to tell you brush your teeth and lean into your mirror. And leaning is very, very important. Hold on, I'm missing some comments here, y'all. Let me go back. Leaning is very important. Make sure you lean into your mirrors, y'all. Again, there are blind spots. If you just turn your head, there's a huge blind spot that you're not catching if you don't lean. When you lean, you get to see everything, especially on the right. Again, I don't know how far you guys can go now with the lean. because of the barriers that we have. But when you look into that right side mirror, when you're making those right turns, slow down and lean, get all the kind of views you can get out of that mirror just to make sure you're not about to kill somebody or hit anything. Okay, so let me go back to these comments, y'all. Let's see where we at. Oh man, John Green, you wrote a John, man. What's with the thesis, bro? Let me see if I can put that up there. It might not. Does it fit? Y'all see this? Everybody, get on John. Get on John, y'all. He wrote a whole paragraph, a half a Bible. He says, "I'm in Florida, Tampa, Florida, to be specific. I am no longer at the company, nor am I a member of the union for years. What I do here in Tampa, Florida is the president, vice president, and chief steward of ATU Local 1593. Okay. Sold their membership out for the company administration. I know this for a fact because I'm working closely with the union membership. I'm hearing the I'm hearing that quite a few of the union presidents are selling out to management. It needs to be a serious conversation about the top. Again, John, you got to come up on the show so we could talk about it. We definitely need to talk about it. So, we're gonna keep in touch, John, because we gotta definitely talk. We're gonna be down there in Florida. Excuse me. We're gonna be, I think it's the Kissimmee area. Lloyd, if you're still watching, correct me if I'm wrong. I believe it's the Kissimmee point something. We're going to the chapter down there to talk to the retirees. So, hey, if you can make it, well, we'll see you there. We'll be there Saturday. We're going out Friday. We'll be there Saturday. We appreciate your comment. All right, let's go. G, big G. G's gonna get the the comments. No, the misfit of the day. Also, oh yeah, thank you, Nick and Jelani. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't mean to leave you out. Blame the mind, not the heart. Nick and Jelani are stepping up. Also, yes, thank you. I appreciate you saying that, Nick and Jelani. I I don't know if I know them. I don't know Nick. I know Nick. Jelani, I'm not sure I know, but I've heard nothing but great things. I know they were working with the last administration and they were all cool because you get that camaraderie when you're working together like that, and you hate to see your people lose, but you got good people that's coming in, and I heard that there was a smooth transition for them and that they stepping up. I could see Nick's always posting in the WhatsApp group. Um, and I'm hearing great things about Jelani also. So shout out to them. Gee, traffic is heavy. Nowadays people are walking around clueless. Even more reason to be more careful. When I was driving, they had just started this bike lane stuff, and the first couple of maybe about the first month, it took a little getting used to because I would get so aggravated at these bicyclists that would just come flying by my bus and talking about, if you hit me, I'm going to sue you. Like, you flying into me while I'm pulling out, And then that's when they started talking about these bicyclists. Now they got all these safety laws against, for them. That's for them to protect them. And so it's like, oh my God, now you embolden these people to act even crazier. So it took a little while to get used to it, but I got used to the fact that knowing that there's going to be a bicyclist that's going to be flying by my bus at any moment. So every time I made a turn, I made it that much slower and I leaned that much harder into my mirrors just to prevent something like that. And now I have it in my mind there's going to be a bicyclist coming. So I'm looking for the bicyclist. So maybe that's what we have to do as operators now. Oh, yeah, when I'm about to make this turn, there's going to be some idiot that's not paying attention by my back tire. Let me just make sure that I'm not about to catch a 187 in here. You know what I mean? So let's practice that, y'all, because the accidents have to come down. Yeah. You're welcome, Tessa. Yo, Tessa, you be confusing me, man. I can't I can't really see a picture, so I don't know. I don't know. listen, forgive me. I don't know if you're male or female. Tessa sounds like a female name, but I can't see the picture because the picture kind of look. I am Tessa. I'm just gonna leave it like that. Big T. How about that? Mark says, "What do you feel about transit controverting all workers' comp claims?" Controverting. Let me look that fucking word up because I'm not that brilliant. What does controverting mean? No, no, not introverting. Hold on. What does controverting mean? Anybody? Any comments? I know what controversy means. You got, hey, you, Mark, please explain it to me, man. I'm not that bright. Controverting. Oh, you mean like, does that mean like just putting to the side, not doing anything? I don't know, bro. Somebody help me out. I left my helmet. John says, a little busy. Okay. All right, I got you, John. Do me a favor, John. Yeah, I know. I shouldn't have put it up there. All right, I got you. I'll check the chat later and pull your number out. All right, G, don't be laughing at me, man. Cut it out, man. Don't make me take away your misfit of the day. Challenge. Oh, thank you, Damien. So let me go back to that comment because forgive me. Where is that? What do I lost it. There we go. So I'm gonna switch the words out so that people like me or slow folk know what you mean. What do you feel about transit? I done forgot what he said. Challenging all workers' comp case. I think that is for shit. Why are you challenging? Why would you challenge? You know what I'm saying? Why would you challenge that? What are you trying to do? Are you trying to pull a Doge? If people putting in claims, then let the claims department deal with that. Why are you challenging it? The only reason I could see them challenging something like that, especially if it's out blatant like that, is if they found some wrongdoing, maybe some fraud or something that's going on that we don't know about. Other than that, why the fuck are you challenging? These people have enough problems as it is when they have the goddamn case open in the first place. They don't need you coming to talk about they lying. Right? That's just more stress. It makes you not want to work for the company, you know? So yeah, that's if it's happening, my answer is if it's happening, that's fucked up. And make sure you guys are stacking your money whenever you can to be able to pay for a lawyer because you might need them. Big Paula, I'm drinking some cafe mocha here. You want some? Says they haven't paid me for overtime now going on a month. A cut slip. So you've been getting cut slips and they haven't paid you for a month. Well, the good thing, Paula, I'm gonna say is that you are checking your time, which I recommend all employees do. Check your time. Write down your hours that you actually work and compare it to the hours that you can pull up on the screen. If there's something wrong there, you have proof. You could go and take care of it right away. Oh, hold on. Look at this, y'all. Look at what's going on. Just people who's watching. Look at this. What's going on in transit? Mark says they haven't paid me since July. What the hell is going on? Mark, there's a lot more to the story that we don't know, and you're gonna have to fill us in. But if they haven't paid you since July, something is very fucking wrong there. I hope that you have other means on means denial. Oh, they denying them. Oh, wow. Paula denying your case. Everybody's cases is getting denied. Okay, listen. You guys who are getting denied your comp case and stuff like that, you're gonna have to get a lawyer. I'm sorry to say this, it's gonna cost you some money too. But you're gonna have to retain a lawyer and get them on this case. You know, that's the only thing I could say that they. The only reason I could say that they're denying you, one, they could be just being assholes, and they know they could get away with it because they have lawyers up the wazoo and the money up the wazoo. But if you um, get you a lawyer, you know, put them on retainer and have them work the case, um, it may take up to 3 years, but you get your money. When they see that you're not playing games with them, you get your money. Now let me ask you, you got everybody who's getting denied. What did your union rep say? Did you speak to your union rep? Are you guys working that out? Is this in some kind of litigation? It's kind of step one and step two. What is the what are you doing to get your money? You know, because I mean, I'm not saying that I don't want to hear your story. I'd love to hear your story, but it can't stop here. You can't just tell me what's going on and then leave it at that and think that something's going to happen. They may watch me or sneak and watch me on the show, but it's going to stay here. You know, I can't go out there and fight your battles. I don't know nothing about the case, and I'm not a lawyer. But at least you're bringing it to light, and I appreciate that. But what are you doing? Are you talking to your union reps? You're gonna have to retain a lawyer to fight them to get your money because that's your money. You know. So yeah, that's kind of fucked up. I would like to hear more about that. You know, denial of truth. Thank you, Stacy. Appreciate that. Says they do not. Mm. You do it to everyone that gets hurt. Yeah, that's fucked up. That is fucked up if they doing that to everybody. That means there's something wrong in the system. There is something wrong in the system. Now I'm not saying it's your fault. I'm not saying it's their fault for denying you. But when you have a lot of people that are now listen, just hear me out. When you have a lot of people that are faking these injuries or faking these comps, or you have people that are constantly going on comp, somebody who's constantly going out on comp is a red flag to them, right? Can we agree on that? If you're constantly going out on comp, that's going to be a red flag to not just the company, it's going to be a red flag to the people surrounding you. Because they're going to start like, this guy's never here. Every time he comes to work, every time he or she comes to work, they out again for another 6 months. That's causing headache amongst the members. So it's like something to look into. And unfortunately, when that happens, and if it happens enough that people are getting caught, they're going to start to do things like this. Everybody's getting denied because they don't know who's being truthful or not. So if your comp case is legitimate, then yeah, get you a lawyer. Keep on your union rep on it because they're gonna say things like, "Okay, I'm gonna get back to you." Don't just wait for them to get back to you. You have to pursue it. You have to follow up on it. Hey, did you look into this? What's going on? I'm here because you say you can get back to me. What's going on? Where we at today? Blah blah. Constantly until you get your money. You know, a lot of times we bring up things and we let it fall onto the wayside. We don't ever follow up. You got to follow through, guys. Damien says, Damian Lewis, what up, man? Transit will controvert any case. It's just their way of denying claims to the members. Yeah, that's right, Damien. That's a good mindset to have because it is a company, and they're always looking out for the bottom line, right? So if you keep that in mind, you wouldn't be so surprised if they deny you. They're a company. They want to save money. And if you stop thinking of them, and I'm not saying that you guys are, but if you stop thinking of them as Big Brother and as a company that's out for money, then your mindset may change, and it may not surprise you as much as when they say, "Well, we deny your claim." You'll be ready for it, right? Mark says, and they saw me taken out by the ambulance. Okay, Mark, that doesn't have the bite you think it does. They see you taken out by ambulance. Who's to say you're not faking? I'm not saying that you are. Don't get me wrong. But who's to say you ain't just you know? You got the paperwork, you got the doctor's reports of the injuries that you sustained that are legitimate medical injuries, then you got no problem. But just being carried out in the stretcher, my dude, I could act as good as anybody. I have a neck brace. I come to court with the neck brace, my arm in a sling, my leg in a cast, in a wheelchair, like, you know what I mean? And I'll make sure they get me paid, you know. But if I don't have the paperwork, it's not gonna work. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying, Mark, that's not the bite you think it has. If you got the paperwork and the medical stuff to back it, then you good money. You ain't got to worry about them denying you. When they deny you, if they do, you got enough to get your money. Big Paula says operators are forced to return to work for injury, and that's dangerous. That is dangerous. Operator has to come to work with an injury. They setting themselves up. Transit is setting themselves up for major lawsuits. You know. All right, Paul said, I mean, God, yeah, that's smart. Exactly, Damien. It's a transit way. Get a comp lawyer. So, anybody's watching, if you're new to the job, you got a couple of years, you know, listen to this advice right here, right down there. Get you a comp lawyer. Put him on retainer just in case, because you might need him, because they're going to try to deny you. You know what I'm saying? All right, Mark, you got the final one right here because we're going on to an hour. It says took them to court and won, and they appealed. The judge's decision now is in court and appealing. Don't know when it's going. Yeah, they probably going to take a while, but most likely you're gonna. Again, like I said, if your paperwork is legit, you're gonna get your money, man. Just hold out as much as you can, and most likely they're gonna end up back paying you all that money. So, yeah, I wish you luck. Keep me updated on everything. You know, G, Mark, guys, listen. We come to the hour of the show. John Green, last one. The membership should be able to vote on the issue at the union meeting and take it to arbitration if they aren't getting paid. There you go. See that? Vote on the issue. Get together. You guys can start something where you all get together, file a petition or something, and take it to arbitration. If they see that this is a systemic problem, you may be able to fix something. So, guys, get together. Everybody who's in the comments, see who else got denied. Put it in the comments. Paula, I know you're one of them. Mark, everybody who got denied their claims. Form a little group, talk amongst you guys, and then try to get that ball moving. Take it to the union and have them take it to arbitration. And if you have to, you guys can pool together to get one good lawyer to represent all you guys, almost like a class action, and get that shit together. You know, look after each other. Listen, I appreciate everybody who's made a comment. I didn't think I was going to make it the hour. I think it was a very good show, a little personal. Everybody wish Brooklyn Pete well. Hopefully, we'll see him next week. I appreciate you guys coming and chilling with me. Um, to Transit Misfits, y'all. What can you say? And I'll see you guys next week. All right? Peace.